The vibes in Columbus still up. The horns are still down.
Oh, nicely done.
Welcome to the live show. We are at Roosters. We are powered by Tansky Powersports.
Hey, let's
if you
go.
can't believe it. And welcome into week 2.
That's awesome.
Great to be back here with Justin Zwick, Bobby Carpenter, and Nicole Cox to talk about a 14-7 victory for Ohio State over Texas. The preseason number 1 goes down. They've now lost 2 consecutive games to the very same team. That would be the Buckeyes, and it was loud. We made a lot of news in here on Monday last week, Bob.
Yeah, no doubt you guys did.
But it turns out that everything was ready.
I'm getting voicemails from Nicole. I don't even know what they mean.
Yeah.
I had no idea as to
Bobby, what did you say?
No.
what's going on. Don't reference this and reply. I'm like, I don't even know who I'm responding to.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
all we did was just lay out the facts and get ready for Ohio State and Texas. And every single person on this panel picked the correct winner.
There we go.
How about
Bob, I just had to make sure you were in a good spot. Just,
I didn't even know
kind
what was going on.
do my due diligence and
Yeah.
quality
I
control.
respond. I was like, well, I didn't say anything. Like
No, you didn't say
controversial.
anything bad at all. I just had to see where you were at.
No, I was
Yeah.
good. I didn't even know.
We
about
all
it.
understand.
Yeah, you guys get it. You get it.
Well, of course. No, whatever. Who knows to him?
It was awesome, though. I mean, yeah,
He likes Dublin, Nicole, so you guys can
He
be
loves
friends.
Dublin.
which is
Yeah.
so sweet.
But that's
Yeah.
okay because it was a fun, casual conversation, and
Yes.
that's what we're going to continue to have.
Who are any? Well, I guess he's not an alum of Texas. I mean, saw Glenn Powell, Matthew McConaughey there.
The amount of celebrities on the sideline Saturday, more than a national title game, and
Yeah.
especially all the former
There's
Buckeyes.
107,000 people in there, which I didn't think we could get
I
that
didn't
many
think so
people.
either. That's
It was
nuts.
crazy.
Amazing.
And they were so loud. I think whatever flip they switched on the speakers worked. The crowd was
Maybe
engaged.
dropping in 5 more speaker clusters, possibly.
I don't know, possible, but that's all getting away from it. The Buckeyes on the field had to go out and absolutely
Yeah.
earn it, and they did. They spent, Bob, all month trying to get ready for a Super Bowl-style opener, and it lived up to the physical billing.
Yeah.
Those are 2 talented defenses. Julian Sayin gets his first win. I don't know what more you could really ask for if you're Ryan Day.
Yeah. One of my favorite things to do is when I leave the stadium, especially when in a win. In a loss, obviously, you're going to get some stuff, but I like to just put my ears open and
Just
try
walk
to,
through the tailgates
and
and
to
just
see
listen.
how many conversations, like, as we're immediately leaving the stadium, what
Ear to the
people are
streets.
saying.
Yes, yes.
And it's pretty remarkable because there was like, the run game one could have maybe it's got the, aired it out a little more,
Yeah.
got a little conservative. I mean, I know that we won, but, it didn't.
Mhm.
It's like, what are we talking about? If this is supposed to be, I mean, you get to take the subjectivity out of it. I mean, Texas is one of the best teams in the country, top 5 team, whether they're 1 or 5 or whatever. They're one of the most talented programs. Paul Feinbaum said the most talented
Yes.
team by a wide margin.
I'd like to know
actually.
where Paul
Wide.
Feinbaum is right now.
Exactly. And I'm like, you had them down 14 with 3 minutes to go in the game. They had not scored a touchdown at a point. So
It's hard to win if you
And
don't
they
score.
scored on a 4th down too,
yes,
right?
and by the way, I don't know if that was a catch or not. I guess on TV it looked like less of a catch than it did in the stadium. They were pretty quick to go on it. But the other thing is, when you're looking at this, what's really impressive about Ryan is, you get the offensive coach who always wants to score a lot of points, and you have Brian Hartline out there who's a receiver. Who we've got a great group of receivers thinking like, let's just throw to him. Let's get the ball, air it out, and you realize what type of game it's going to be. Hey, they're not really moving it. We're moving it some, but like, we'll take our shots. Take a shot downfield to Carnell, and that was great. But we don't need to be reckless.
Bobby,
And-
you're stealing everything I was going to talk about.
I'm sorry, but it's just I talked to Truss about this today. He was actually on my show with Schlegs. I forgot I even booked him, and it was terrible. He's like, "Are you gonna call me?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, my bad. Love you, Coach."
Don't want to leave Tress hanging like Steve Sarkisian when he was
exactly.
You
walking
did
into the
not
horseshoe on
forget. Trust is
Saturday.
the
I
best. You
did
can
for-
never forget him.
Well, because I committed to him. Nicole, there's so much going
He
on.
didn't
I
forget
know,
him. He
I
booked
get
him
it.
for a show. He just
I
forgot that he
swear
booked
to
him for a show.
He's like, "Are you calling me?" I'm like, "Oh gosh, it's 11:59 and you're coming on at 12. I need to send you the link." But I was thinking how impressive it is that you're able to make that transition from just being, and I think he had done this before, but this maybe even solidified it, where we're just going to win the surest way and safest way at this point.
Yeah.
It may not be the most glamorous and flattering way, and we didn't go score 49 points, but found a way to win. And that was what our goal was. What was his message to Julian?
Just
win.
win the game.
And it wasn't, I said it.
I think just win baby's trademarked. I don't
Of
think
course,
you can say
him and Al Davis. Ryan Day, Al Davis, synonymous. For great football minds.
That's right.
But it wasn't how good the quarterbacks played. It was what was your worst play going to be. And Arch should have thrown 2 interceptions. Threw one. The second one was almost picked twice.
If he had been accurate with it, Caleb would have taken it back to the house.
Of course. And so there was a couple right there. Why were you talking about that? The one that Sonny almost got on that Jermaine hit him in the hands again.
So 3 that come to mind.
3. So, like, what was your worst play? 1 pick, probably 2 more. Julian didn't put the ball in harm's way like that. And subsequently, like, that was the difference in the game.
Yeah. All right. Did Bob take everything that was in your notebook, Nicole? Or
it's okay. I'm just sorry to everybody if I'm like repeating things, but that is exactly as I was listening to the game. I had to listen to part of it in the car. But I just loved how it just felt like we went out there with confidence. We kept it simple. And I think, I mean, even in the restaurant business, I actually was just talking to someone about it, that we just try to focus on taking care of our guests and our employees and creating a quality product that everybody loves. And that he's like, we just need to focus on winning, because when you start listening to the outside voices of it's the number 1 team and, you know, like that team up north, you know, there were some, I guess, views on analytics and just diving in too deep, which is completely understandable because you want to make sure you're working as hard as possible. But sometimes the best answer is the simplest. And they did that. They didn't take any risks, which I thought was great, because that could have been a little bit of a different game if we were throwing some crazy passes. And I don't know. It's just like in the confidence they had in our defense.
Well, when that defense is playing like that,
like gosh, our
force
defense.
them to take the risk, because it's not going to work against Caleb Downs and Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles and Davis Nigmanosin like that. They were playing at such a high level.
Are you going to ask me about my Buckeye leaf yet? I think
not yet.
Oh, gosh, we're not there yet.
JZ hasn't even said how he feels.
I'm so excited. Okay.
We just started, Nicole.
You guys, we're working back into it, you know? But
She's like, what? There's no script for this show.
Okay,
I can do whatever I want right now.
Kind of. I think I'm kind of doing
do
that.
It.
I apologize.
Just do it then.
No. I'll wait. Justin, what were your thoughts? I'll do it with my.
Well, I'm going to give my Buckeye leaf too.
Oh, come on, Justin.
No, I'm just kidding.
We're not there.
I think the risk part to me was like, I give it up to Brian Hartline, because I think he was very patient in that game. You know, you talked about having all those weapons and just being a receiver and wanting to, you know, use them and utilize them. He just stayed within the game, and I think coming into that game, they wanted to feel it out, right? Yeah. See how it started, and then we were just pinned behind, you know, inside the 5-yard line. What, 2 out of 4, you know, inside the 10? Yep. I mean, it was incredible, the field position. We were really getting beat there, but, you know, so I think that had a lot to do with maybe them going the way they did. And then as the game went on and we get some points, then it's like, all right, we're counting the clock down here. Let's just, move the ball, use 2, 3, 4 minutes at a time. Defense is playing great. So, you know, good on Brian Hartline and Ryan Day just coming in with a great plan. Now, if things would have been different, if Arch would have been semi-accurate, that plan may have changed. You know, I mean, first play of the game would have been a 30, 40-yard gain if he would have been doing his job. You know, so some things would have changed, but they did what they had to do. And Julian, I can't say enough good things about that game for him. I mean, it wasn't flashy, it wasn't crazy stat-wise, but he put the ball on the money. I don't think there was one pass where it was up for grabs. No. You know, I mean, everything he threw, you know, he put it where he wanted to, it felt like. And, you know, if we just get these receivers to help him out a little bit, maybe that looks a little different for us as well.
That's true.
But, you know, just a great game. Defense, of course, we were all excited about Matt Patricia and what he was going to do. And, man, oh, man, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch those guys as they just continue to get better. A lot of young guys played. So, I mean, just seeing that, I mean, in big spots too, not just, you know, getting some time. They were in there in the fourth quarter. So that's just, I feel really good about those guys. And it's a great way to start the season.
Yeah, first step on that journey for Ohio State. And if you're looking for your next adventure, head to Tansky Powersports, your one-stop shop for ATVs, dirt bikes, golf carts, and more. Whether you are looking for speed, power, or versatility, Tansky Powersports has something for everyone. With the best brands and expert service. Nicole knows all about it.
It's a pretty great place, guys. It's a pretty Tansky Powersports. Pretty great.
You can visit them today at 2491 West Dublin Granville Road, or browse their huge selection online at TanskyPowersports.com. Tansky Powersports, where the adventure begins. And if you want the adventure to continue after that,
yeah, I love it.
The Roosters Buckeye giveaway is underway.
Just picked the first round of winners yesterday.
Okay.
So,
Nicole, how did you dig through 25 million tickets?
Millions.
Do they have them? Is it like an old thing?
Right.
Guys,
How do you automate it?
And where do you get the drum roll big enough
It's
to put all those names
that
in?
many, but
It was
I
close.
was very. I just can't thank everyone, like all the people out there, enough for registering. It was the most registrations we've ever had.
I told
and
you.
it was exciting.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was very, very exciting.
24.5 million.
I'm excited to call the winners today.
These are the
Then
winners.
they can come
These
in
are the
because
winners.
today
My daughters
actually
are the winners.
is an appetizer Threes day that we're here because Roosters was closed on Labor Day. They were open on Sunday night. I can tell you for sure because I sat right over there
Well, thanks,
to
Austin.
watch Notre Dame in Miami. But we've got some mini corn dogs, Bob.
They're perfect. They're the corn dog you like if you have a wood allergy. You don't have to worry about the stick. There's allergies for everything now, Nicole.
I
So
get it.
make
I
sure
get
you
it.
get the mustard sauce. Simple food at
The
its
mustard
finest.
dipping sauce, as it's
Yes.
known.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It's
It is.
fantastic, and I can't wait to
Oh, the girls.
eat some
Take
of
those
those on
home.
my kids.
Love-
Smash them.
Kids
Oh,
love them.
well, they're
Adults
easy.
do
They're
too. What am I
super
saying?
easy. Oh,
Yeah.
Dogs too.
They're so fun. They're so nice and small. You
It's
just gotta
perfect.
pop them in one
Yeah.
bite.
They get to eat the cornbread and then they go in for the hot dog. I tell them,
Yep.
eat them both together. It's that much
Oh,
better.
that is true.
Yeah, but they,
it is so much
you know,
better.
One at a
together.
time. Doesn't matter.
You know,
Bob, Jay-Z was talking about Matt Patricia's debut there.
Yeah.
I think it was
I had to listen to somebody on Saturday. I was doing my XM show, and it was like, hey,
this when you were talking to me?
it was after you. It was after you. I forget who we had on. He's like, well, I'm not really big on that Matt Patricia hire. He goes, you'd have to look back at 2016 before you saw him since he's had a good defense. And I was like, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm just gonna bite my tongue, and we're just gonna
Let's
wait
just
and
see it noon.
Let's just see it noon. And I was really happy because you saw all of the different iterations they had. They did some 5 down, 4 down, 3 down, odd front, backers walking up. And that was the thing. And then they're moving the secondary around with it and moving coverage. And they've got smart players back there. Having Caleb and Sonny helps, but they were doing it with all the guys. Like Matt is a great instructor, and you pair him with Tim Walton and James Laurinaitis and Guerreri and like what they're able to do on that back seven. And then they help. The thing is, they marry it to the front, and so they show you one thing up front, and the back looks the same, and then it's like it's like Matrix style, like spun at the line of scrimmage, and then oh crap, we thought we were going to check from a run to a pass. Well, now it's a pass defense. Oh, maybe they're bringing some pressure. They ran the pick games. If you go back and watch Georgia, what they did to them in the SEC championship game, there was some good stuff in there. It's like, all right, well, see, we've got 2 really big, strong linebackers. Arvell's
You think?
Arvell's sack came in on one of the odd fronts. The pick game picks the tackle and comes under, ping pongs off of him, and goes and chases down Arch. And then at the end of the game, like they're literally rushing 3 guys, and CJ Hicks doesn't get blocked.
Doesn't even get
I
touched.
mean, if I
It was
was
a wrecking
Sark
ball.
in the media, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
They only brought 3, and we only blocked 2 of them.
Where
We
were
have-
you? Why were
we
you
have
looking inside?
Well, because I think that was Arvell standing in there, and then these guys start walking around, and you're like, well, start IDing this guy, and it's like, okay,
He
well,
might drop here.
he
I'm
might
coming
drop,
down. Yeah,
like, and
Try and
next
find
thing you
number
know,
8.
Yeah, where'd he go?
Yeah.
Where'd who go? And
he
it's
was
like
a wrecking ball.
right off the edge.
Yeah.
And that was really impressive. Probably the thing that was more impressive to me, and Rothman, I wish I was sitting there. I'll be on with him tomorrow. I can't wait to tell him. Because my dad always said, if you're a tough team of program of culture reps, if we can't get a yard, we don't deserve to win.
Yeah.
And so there was 2 instances in that.
What if you
Nicole,
can defend a yard?
Well, listen, give me an inch and I'll defend it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that was it. And they're down there on the goal line one more time. You would have thought Sark learned his lesson from the first time. Like, no dice inside. He thought they lost all of them. And what was the question mark that we had about this team? The defensive tackles
Defensive
inside.
Yep.
So I think Kenyatta had already gotten hurt by that point.
Correct.
He's out. You got Caden McDonald just in there, just eating souls at center.
Yep.
Edric's beside him. And then, like, well, who's our other guy? Dude, they threw Caden Curry in there.
Flying over the top.
Defensive end, dive over the top. And they didn't get you could see it from the press box. I was up there. Like, there was no
I thought
movement.
the spot
No,
that they
none.
gave him was
Was it
wrong.
Oh, it was
Texas, I don't think Arch got back to the 1.
no. They had 0 push. He had nowhere to go.
Nope.
And so they're trying to do this, 12 personnel bunch, whatever, quarterback sneak, and then you juxtapose that with Ohio State, Ryan Day, and I'm sitting there with my friends like, this is pretty early to go for this. I'm like, hey, this is it right here. You're on the 1.
Yep.
If you can't get a yard, you don't deserve to win. Like, let's go get it. What do? We've got a bazillion receivers. They did what they did against Notre Dame. We're going 14 personnel, 4 tight ends on the field, bringing in Roberts, who's a
True freshman.
true freshman. They got Christian Bennett, both of them together. Is there a comma? No one knows. You got Jelani Thurman. You got Will Kazmarek. And they hammered it in their old school style. Like Julian get up under center.
Under center,
Texas probably, what's going on here?
Yeah, what are they doing?
This? Motioning? Who are these guys?
Got to be a quarterback sneak, right? They don't do anything else from underneath here.
Hammered it right on in. And I was like, Tress, I had to like warm Tress's heart because that was like old school Buckeye football. Get in there. Let's go. And honestly, that's 7 points for the good guys and 0 points for Texas.
Yeah. And it leaves. We've already talked about 15 different Buckeyes, so I'm very curious
Bobby,
to see
thanks for covering everything.
how Nicole wants to lead us off here with the Roosters Buckeye leaves. So, I know you've got more left over there.
I do have a little bit. I do. And Bobby's right. I agree with everything he's saying.
Quick, say the standard's the standard.
No.
Tim Walton said it on Friday.
He did. I saw that. Yeah. You sent that to everybody. Yeah.
I was like, oh, yes, as soon as I saw it. First thought in my mind is I'm sending this into the group chat.
Don't you worry. I had just kind of some great thoughts come to my mind about the standard is the standard. Put them in our notes for that episode that just focuses on that.
We did get a question.
You just wait. I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
I got it.
Preparing for a year.
We got an email to the Austin Birm Show at gmail.com last week. It's like, I've been waiting for the Nicole Standard is the Standard show for 4 months. Don't worry.
Oh,
it'll come back.
Hey,
Maybe that's for an off-week number.
Yeah, I think it's like right after season that we will make that happen. Because, I mean, Bobby, you wait. You might want to prepare.
Oh, buddy.
So
the debate for the ages.
So, and this kind of actually goes to that. I'm giving 2 Buckeye leaves.
Nicole, you can give as many as you want.
I appreciate it. I just feel like this week deserves it. So the defense, again, Matt Patricia.
Well, that's more than one. That would be 11 or 12.
Well, yeah, I know. So I'm giving you guys. I'm just giving a lot, and I think that's okay. But we had 8 new defensive starters. That I know Ohio State's great. I had faith they'd be great, but they were a wow factor. They were everywhere they needed to be. Jermaine Matthews, like everywhere he needed to be. They played incredibly, incredibly well. My other Buckeye leaf goes to, it's a bunch of Buckeye leaves, to the coaching staff. After coming off the national championship, the standard has now moved all the way up here.
Oh, my.
Okay? So there aren't even goals because the standard is the highest goal.
The standard is the highest goal. That's not how that goes.
I mean, you guys, no, it's not right.
They only beat top 5 teams now, Nicole. That's
standard. Okay, it's like standard, like getting a standard car, with like cloth interior, and you work up to getting the leather and the heated seats and all the things. So the standard can't be the highest goal. It just can't. And so for the coaching staff to come off of the expectation
Mark would beg to differ with that over at Powersports.
We'll have that debate. Don't you worry. So the guys, I just felt the coaching staff, the pressure and the mental, how the game can become so mental. Mm-hmm. I just believe they did such a great job of just tuning all of it out and keeping it to basics, which I kind of said before, keeping it simple. And like Coach Day was saying, and I guess I didn't really I understood it once I saw the game. I'm like, this is what he meant. They just want to win. It's and just focus on play by play. And I think that's when things kind of get out of control in the football game when, oh my God, we threw an interception. We can't move on, and then everybody just stayed in their role and did the best they could. And it was incredible. I know it wasn't this super exciting game, but at the end of the day, what do we want as fans? A win. So, and it was.
I think
eating those dubs.
It goes back to what Jay-Z was talking about, Nicole, where Brian Hartline, he was immediately praised by Ryan Day afterwards. He called a selfless game is what he said, because we all know, we've known Brian Hartline for years, and his background, he wants to throw the football, he wants to score a bunch of points. That wasn't the blueprint for beating Texas on Saturday. And if he let his ego get in the way, or needing Jeremiah to get this level of touches or Carnell to get this many touches, everything that Ohio State was trying to do to keep the defense in position to win would have gone out the window. And the time of possession would have got out of whack. They had that 8-minute drive to go score. It's like, let's keep the football out of Arch Manning's hands. And Brian Hartline was key to doing that. And it would have been, I'm sure, very tempting for him or Billy Fessler or Ryan Day to say, you know what, let's just take another shot here. Why not?
Just take another shot.
Let's just do it.
We
don't want to hear them asking where the passing attack is next week. But he didn't do that. They stayed the course and they won the game, which is what they were trying to do.
They won the game with like 200 yards of offense. It was the most Tressel-esque win I've ever seen. They scored 14. They somehow had the 32 minutes plus of possession. And I'm like, they're 3 of 12 on third down. Now they went 1 of 2 on fourth, which was big. But the numbers don't even make sense.
No. That's not a even in Tress's offense, I don't think we're getting Buckeye leaves. We had to get like 250 total yards or something like that. The bar wasn't set very high, but it was higher than what we had on Saturday.
But you guys, what a way to start the season. He guaranteed a win, and like they were the number 1 team. I mean, sometimes I was kind of watching the game like, is this the number 1 team? Because I don't know, we just played so incredibly well. Obviously, we looked like the number 1 team.
Yeah, well, they are now.
Yeah. So
where
in some polls
that came out. Are they not the number 1 in the coaches?
The coaches there.
The
AP not.
The AP poll has elevated Ohio State to number 1.
Oh, did they? Okay, I missed that one.
Okay,
I guess I've just seen all the the 1 4-letter.
As we were saying,
network.
No, they're holding out. Somehow Ohio State went down after beating Texas.
It's amazing
in the FPI. I don't know how that works, but the AP and the coaches poll, Ohio State is now number 1, which is also where they finished last year. Jay-Z, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Did you actually give a Buckeye league?
Yeah, that was the
defense.
That was
just the difference.
Defense, coaching staff,
but not the offense.
That's
guys, I'll give one of them too.
Right,
Julian.
well, I was gonna,
and I didn't comment on Julian saying too.
I'm not going to either. Very it's just too easy.
No, but he deserves a shout out. He looked so cool, calm, and collected.
I'm going to shout them all out.
Johnny.
I mean, talk about the pressure. You're coming off the national championship team. Like, I can't even imagine. And you couldn't see an ounce of anxiety on his face.
He is California
cool.
It was great.
With the long locks. We kind of took. I was going to give Buckeye leave to both coordinators because we had new ones coming into the season. Not really sure what to expect. I thought they both knocked it out of the park on Saturday. So start there. I'm going to go. I mean, Julian played great. You gave him a shout out. Awesome. I can't wait to see the rest of the season. Once they do, and Ryan talked about it after the game, like we didn't want to put too much on his plate, but looking at it, maybe we could have, so I think they're really going to go with that and kind of see where he's at here in the next couple of weeks against some of these, other teams that we get to play. But I think Carnell Tate gets my Buckeye leaf on the offensive side of the ball.
Pretty good catch.
Great catch. I like the one on the sideline better, and that was a great ball by Julian. I mean, you saw the tight ends hit each other.
That was amazing.
And that's like, as a quarterback, you're like, that's my read. I'm coming out here. I'm going to dump this off. We're going to try and get 6 yards. And then he's like, oh, crap. They just smacked each other, ran into each other.
You got like the fast flat and then there's a light flat. Those are your 2
whack. And so right away they're done. And then he's
the biggest hit of the game, I think.
It probably was. And then he's getting a little bit of pressure. He's feeling a guy. Puts the ball on a rope right to the sideline for him to go get. Now we didn't get anything out of that drive, but it got us out of the end zone a little bit. That was a 10-yard. That was a 10-yard catch. Moved the chains. We had another go at it, and then of course the double catch that he had was amazing. Great, eye-hand coordination, all that good stuff as we know. But there's also a couple plays where and JJ was as well blocking. I mean, I saw one online where he's blocking that defensive end on a play and just getting after it. So when you have your best receivers going at it like that, blocking and just doing everything they can for the team, I think that's huge. So that's my Buckeye leaf there. And then the safeties on the back end of the defense, I thought were awesome. And it's so cool to have 3 of those guys back there with Caleb coming down and just mixing it up. As a quarterback, that's got to be so hard when you want to find Caleb, one, because he's, that guy. But then it's like, all right, what's he doing?
He could be anywhere.
He's all over the place. And then he's showing me he's going to go back to cover 2, and then he's coming back. I mean, it's what a game that defense was playing with the quarterback's head, and that had a lot to do with how Arch was feeling, and how he was throwing, and he was unsettled.
He looked like he was in hell.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the coaches all have 1, coordinators have 2 because Jay-Z doubled them up. Defense.
I doubled the defensive back end up.
He's got a double one now. So they've got multiple Buckeye leaves.
Guys, that says
well
something.
Deserved.
I
left the linebackers for you, bud.
What are we supposed to do? They beat the number 1 team in the country.
Arvell jumped off the screen in the first half. That's the one.
Arvell was great. Yeah, he was great. Him and Sonny were both really good.
And CJ Hicks really. You go back and watch. He got put in that game, and he was making plays. It wasn't just the last play. He was disruptive while he was in there. Yeah.
He was very disruptive, and so those guys all want to get one. I'm going to go though a little bit different route. Number 1. A lot of criticism. Anytime you change tradition, like not change, but want to modify a place so steeped in tradition as Ohio State, there's always going to be some pushback. And so like Ross Bjork has the unenviable task of like trying to modernize things and create solutions that may not even exist. Like you've got to find answers that may not even, no one knows what the correct answer even is.
Right.
So like they're trying. The speaker cluster's in there. The fans fed off of that. Now, part of it is you've got to give them something to cheer about. And I said defensively, when you're going out there and pressuring people, quarterback hits, like scoring is great, but the fans cheer louder for defense at home, like because you can cheer during the plays. So like that was big. Just the integrating everything at the band, they amplified the band stuff. The bell I thought on third down, Archie in there, the F-16 flyover, which was sweet. Like I mean, pulling out all the stops and like it felt like a playoff game.
Yeah, it did.
For noon, it was as good as you could possibly get, and that's for Ross Bjork. That's Buckeye Nation.
Caleb Clark from marketing at Ohio State did a bunch of research on all of that, and I give them a lot of credit too. Him and Ross just really putting these efforts in just to make it the best experience and kind of adjusting our sails to kind of boost that experience of a noon game.
Yeah, absolutely. And so they got that done, and the unenviable task of it being noon. And then I'm going to give one to a guy that we've kind of touched on a little bit, not really. I don't even know if he had a catch, but Will Kazmarek.
Oh, man, I thought I was going to be alone with that. Now we're doubling up on Will Kazmarek.
It's the
you
type
guys, this says something.
Tight end room in itself, really.
If you watch, they isolated him on the Carnell Tate touchdown pass on Cody Simmons, who, if we all believe what we think he is, and he was great last year. Like this guy's one of the best pass rushers in the country. And listen, he probably had 3 minuses on technique on that play.
Yeah,
he got his hands
fell down, turned his back to him,
spins around, but just battled for like 3 seconds. Yeah. And that's the play that the big touchdown's on to Carnell. And like that, him doing that, battling back and forth, just a monster in the run game. And it's not, I'm going to go out there and catch 35, 40 balls. Like he'll catch some passes, but he does it all. And like he's just been a selfless guy, great culture guy. And when you bring transfers in, you always worry, like, what are they going to be? And he has been a huge value add. So in addition to the game day and Ross and Buckeye Nation and everything, I got to give one to Will Kazmarek because I don't even think he showed up in the stat sheets. Yeah. But those are the culture reps. For Carnell Tate to catch that pass and Joey didn't have enough time to throw, you had to have your tight end be one-on-one with one of the best pass rushers and hold up, and he did.
Effort play for sure.
Yeah, second effort. It was that strain that Ohio State talks about with them because, Colin Simmons hits him. It knocks Will Kazmarek a little bit to the side, but Colin Simmons goes down. They collide again. He forces him back. I feel like I watched it, 50 times, Bob, that block, because all the attention is going to go to Julian Sand putting the ball out there. Carnell Tate, as Jay-Z talked about, a double catch.
I love that.
Contested catch.
I love.
But you can't do it.
Team effort.
Nicole says it all the time. It takes a team effort. It all 11 on the field to make that touchdown.
And they're just doing it. And again, let's remind everybody, this was the first game. I mean, I don't know. I'm just really impressed by that.
Yeah, they're going to get better. I mean, that's how it works.
Both of those teams will look way different by the end of the year. But
I just didn't even.
Very excited about ours.
I just felt the confidence was there together. I didn't feel a ton of, growing pains. We're figuring things out. I just felt this push of, this is who we are, and we plan on getting better, but we're very confident in who we are. So
yeah,
I love it, you guys. I'm real excited.
There's nobody left, but I will say that watching Jermaine Matthews play football is a very fun experience.
Yep. He has fun playing football.
He sure does, and he has fun before he's playing football. He has fun after he's playing football. And I couldn't get enough of it. He's just got that wild card nature to him.
Yes.
He looks good in 7, too. I'm glad he switched his number up.
Yeah, it's fun. And you know what else is fun?
The mini corn dogs.
The mini
corn dogs at Roosters.
Because if you hop in, you have 8 hours after this is live to you all. You're going to get them for $3.
Everyone, make sure you register for the Buckeye giveaway, too. And also...
It resets, right? So it can be 24 million new people.
Yes.
Not that many, but so everybody, you do have a decent chance of winning, which is so exciting. But also for local fans, we have we're hiring for our Olentangy, our new Olentangy River Road, newly remodeled Olentangy River Road location. So please be sure to check out the website. We're just throwing that out there.
I don't want to make you say
it's hiring
date
time
because it can
well,
move.
we can't really. Yeah,
they can't open until they have people hired. So get out there. And
that would be great.
Yeah.
But
I can't wait to be.
You know, we always like to make it later, and if it opens earlier, that's even better. But there are just so many factors that depend on one another. So, but we're definitely aiming for fall, hopefully October-ish, which would be fantastic. Which is very exciting.
The folks on Henderson Road have been great.
But
Olentangy is home.
It's where we started.
It is the home
and it's,
of the live show, which is now also brought to you by Tansky Powersports. Appreciate both them, Roosters and Nicole Cox, for joining us for the first half of this show as we break down Ohio State beating Texas 14-7 on Saturday. When we come back, Birm will be here.
Hey, my score pick.
Oh.
Well, I don't. Do you think it's going to be close against Gramling State?
How many points do you think we score?
You got I put 42.
Oh gosh, come on! Those are rookie numbers.
I don't know.
We got to pump those numbers up.
I know, but I'd rather be more conservative.
If we don't have 42 at halftime, something's wrong. No, I'm just teasing.
I know, but you guys, I kind of like this a little bit more conservative. I
Okay.
do, because once you start getting greedy, quote unquote, that's when things can go a little crazy.
All
you
right.
know?
Well, okay. You're on the record then.
Okay,
is
I just had to
Gramling
throw
State
it
going
out
to
there.
score, or is it?
I'll take the over.
Yeah, I think it's quite the mismatch.
I don't see Gramling scoring. If they did, it's because you know how sometimes these games go. There's this just weird
a fluke.
Yeah, it's a fluke. So it has nothing to say about the team. It would be a fluke, but I don't really see them scoring.
You just like making sure that your prognostications are out there because you're so good at it. It's unfair.
See?
No, I wasn't that great, you guys. I was pretty far off this past week. So
Didn't you pick Ohio State to win by 7?
actually, you're right. I did, but it wasn't the exact score.
Oh well, now who's greedy,
Guys,
Nicole?
Hey, that's my goal, not my standard. That's my goal.
Okay,
To
fair enough.
always have the exact score.
Okay, well, we have Nicole's prediction, and it's going to be another Ohio State win on Saturday against Gramling State. Birm's going to break all that down and so much more when we come back at Roosters. It's fun, casual joy.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Welcome back to the live show brought to you by Tansky Powersports and Roosters. And Birm is here. And apparently, guys, Birm said the first half of the show was too fun.
It's a little long. That's what I'm saying. You guys were in a little bit over. We run a
What do you
tight
mean
ship.
over?
We run a tight ship around here.
No, we don't. It's
I
a
didn't
fun,
think so.
casual
Yeah.
conversation.
You know what's
And then
I'm sorry
Birm
that-
comes in and he starts yelling at us
I
after
just-
we
I'm
just beat
s-
the number 1 team in
the
the country.
standard-
Sorry
the
that there's a
standard is the
football
standard.
game to talk about for the first time in 8 months, Birm.
and it's really difficult.
Do you not want to talk about the
When
Buckeyes beating Texas?
a weekend comes that just takes everything you once believed and shatters it? I believe for years and years
In the Manning ratio?
that Bill Belichick was the reason the Patriots were good. And now I know it was Matt Patricia and Tom Brady.
Well, they were good before Matt Patricia was like a
Prove it.
integral role.
You
but-
can't prove it.
Well, but that, believe me, that last night was one of the most disturbing things I
shocking.
watched.
That was unexpected to see a team coached by Bill Belichick that looked like they did not coach any football in the last
Yes,
5
they
months.
just showed up and
Yeah.
played.
And they
Like,
haven't
we got
tackled
70
anybody. They haven't done anything.
They're like,
I think
we've got
that's what they
70
were-
new players, and we're not tackling nobody.
You know that he played Bailey Zappi at quarterback 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, but listen, I know they practice open field tackling, and like
sure.
we would do live open field tackling during the season, which that's the only NFL team I ever did that. So I know that they work on tackling. Now, how
Perhaps
bad?
a touch
Maybe
more.
got soft in the college ranks.
I'm with you. I believe me. I don't understand that.
Perhaps
I'm like,
a touch more. That was
they're making 25 missed tackles last night.
After seeing what Matt did, I was like, Belichick's going to have this poor quarterback in the blender. And
No.
apparently not.
Turns out not. So
Yeah.
I guess we got our answer. Birm wanted to talk about North Carolina and not Ohio State beating Texas.
I just think that it's important that we discuss the big picture of college sports sometimes.
Oh.
Because Matt Patricia is a revelation, and Bill Belichick apparently needs to be relegated to, I don't know, FCS football, because that was awful.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what do you guys want to talk about?
I guess you wanted to talk about Buckeye lead for Matt Patricia is where you wanted to go.
He's probably where I would go first and foremost. To do what he did over these last 8 months with 8 new starters and to have it look as clean as it did, no penalties on defense, just a really, really awesome display by the Silver Bullets. I mean, that's what you come to expect at Ohio State, but I think like the Jim Knowles era conditioned us to think that the first year of a new
take some
coordinator,
time, yeah.
it's going to take time for it to get cohesive, and it did not take time to get cohesive.
He's got a good plan. I think that comes down to, they have great other assistants on the staff too. You look at Tim Bolton co-coordinating, and James and Guerreri, Larry, like the communication is there. Those guys, they looked like a defense that everybody had an integrated understanding of what they were trying to accomplish. Like maybe we're going to rush 3, maybe we're going to rush 5 or 6, but whatever we're doing, like we know what we're trying to get accomplished on that down and why we're ultimately calling it. When you have that, then you have efficiencies like we had.
Bob, I think you set the table for this for the last 7 months. Like Matt Patricia is not going to be married to one system, one scheme, one personnel grouping, that it's going to look different from week to week. It's going to look different from series to series, and it looked different even from play to play on Saturday against Texas. So I don't say that to say that you aren't surprised by it, but it's still like the level of creativity that was on display was, I felt like I knew it was going to happen, and I was still shocked by it.
Yeah, I was just surprised that Texas didn't have any better answers for it. And not that that's a knock on Matt. I mean, but I'm thinking, okay, Steve Sarkisian, people talk about him being one of the best offensive minds. And like we talked about Arch Manning, like he's supposed to, forget that it's his first year as a full-time starter. He's a Manning. He should be like, 8 levels smarter than everybody else. And the fact, he did miss some balls, but I think some of that was due to the environment. I think it's due to the fact, and Justin, when you start like not trusting what you're seeing,
100%.
Your mechanics start going to hell. You feel like they only sacked him once, but there was every time he was throwing the ball, there was a guy coming free. It wasn't like he was back there just patting the ball all day. And then there was 3-man rushes, and it's like trying to figure out where's the extra dropper, what am I doing? And he just looked very disconcerted out there, and I think that manifested itself in like just general. Eventually, you get
just
so bad
discomfort.
You're just throwing fadeaways by the end of the game.
You're not,
You're
not making my layups.
By that point, Ohio State's defense, I think, got a little tired in the fourth quarter because you lost Kenyatta Jackson midway through the third, and then the pass rush, you have to go get them a little bit more. It seemed like they played a little bit soft in the secondary in the fourth quarter. Once they're up 14-0, you're like, okay, this game is pretty much over. Should have been over if the officials don't overturn the Sonny Styles interception, which I guess whatever. I mean, I wouldn't have overturned it, but I'm a homer.
Really? And he probably would have overturned the Texas touchdown.
But
too,
I'm a
so.
homer. No, that one seemed like it was good.
Okay.
But bottom line, like what you saw out of that defense was just really, really special on every level. The defensive line was, as you mentioned in the first segment on the show, like that was where you have to go into the season going, well, what are we going to get in the middle? Will Smith played fine when he was in there. He was in the backfield a couple times, missed a couple plays he probably could have made. I bet he looks back and say, shoot, I missed that one. But what Caden McDonald did, what Edric Houston did, and then Caden Curry playing 59 snaps for a guy that had never played anywhere near that amount.
Playing some 3 technique, like doing things that I don't think anybody thought he would be doing when he got here.
That's the Energizer Bunny. Like the guys like him that really provide the juice. Like I think this defense is fascinating to me because you have the cerebrals like Caleb Downs.
The cerebrals. What is this, Mark the Eternals?
Yeah, like you've got like a guy like Caleb who's so different. And then there's like Caden Curry, and Caden McDonald, which are like the old, and Jermaine Matthews are like, we're just energy guys. And you have to have that balance. And watching pre-snap every time Caleb Downs like moving guys and taking players and say, nope, over here. Like it was just really awesome to watch. And I don't know what we'll see moving forward out of that defense because it's certainly you have 8-9 months to prepare for one game. We'll see how it evolves. But if I was Drew Aller right now, I'd be kind of freaking out.
I think he's got some other problems before taking on Ohio State. But
what? I guess they get Oregon.
They do have Oregon first. But that defense really, as we mentioned, made life difficult for Arch Manning. And Jay-Z, you said, I believe, on the postgame show on Saturday that you kind of thought maybe Julian would work through some of those issues in his first start, and they sort of like body swapped.
Yeah, they flipped it up for sure. Kind of took me back to the Kyle McCord, Devin Brown battle when I went to practice, and it's like, ooh, a couple balls on the ground, just like didn't look good.
Yeah. Just missed some.
That's what you got. I mean, first play of the game, he's got a wide open receiver running, and he throws it in the dirt 5 yards in front of the guy. Like, that's just bad.
Arch Manning, not Julian Saint.
No, not Julian. Julian didn't throw one in the dirt.
Yeah,
I mean, every ball that Julian threw.
Worst ball?
The ones that they dropped.
I mean,
I'm trying to think.
The ball that he threw to Brandon Ennis that he dropped.
Beautiful. Wow, he's about to get crushed.
That's on his outside shoulder, literally in a bucket, 20 yards away.
Yeah.
And I don't even know that
tough catch.
I don't even know that they counted that one.
But we've been accustomed to seeing.
I don't know that they counted it as a drop in the stats.
That's amazing. I count that as a drop because that's a catch.
I mean,
we expect those guys to make that catch.
I've watched Brandon Ennis make that catch multiple times.
I'm going to ask something, and it's going to sound like I'm like jabbing you here. I'm not.
I thought that was
good.
When you have a quarterback in a game like that against Texas,
I didn't know what he was going to do to me.
When you have a quarterback
I'm glad
against
me.
A team like Texas in the shoe, not a lot of you had played a lot in 2005 by that point. When
I played one game.
Well, you played in 2004.
Yeah.
So, but what does it say about Julian to bounce back from those early drops and to not get rattled and not get himself sped up and not see his footwork devolve and all the other stuff that we were seeing out of Arch Manning? Like, I fully acknowledge that I have been skeptical of Julian Saint based primarily on what we saw in practices and as what you guys have already said. What does it show you as a quarterback that he was able to put that stuff immediately behind him and not let it impact the way that he played?
Yeah, I mean, I think the California just a kid who is a gamer. You get out there, it's not too big for him, and if you're able to do that. Now, granted, I will say this: I think the offensive line did a great job keeping him clean. I mean, keeping him clean. And there was some pressure, but he was doing a great job of getting the ball out quick. You really, when you're a young quarterback, if you're seeing things like that and getting the ball out when you're supposed to, that helps a lot with those rushers and just things that can break down in front of you. But
there were two plays specifically that Julian made where he was under extreme pressure. The second Jeremiah Smith drop on the little tunnel screen. I'm sorry, it was the first one to him. Nope.
No, I think it was the second one.
Second one.
It was a little low. I mean, the ball.
It was not a. It wasn't probably his worst thrown ball of the day, but he was under a ton of pressure from Colin Simmons. And then the one that he threw to Brandon Ennis.
Yeah, he got crushed on that one.
Those were probably his two plays where you're like, man, I can't believe he got that ball out of his hand and was ready to throw it. So any question that I had about Julian Saint is gone.
That's the thing coming out of that game is they didn't ask him to do a lot, but what they did ask him to do, he did very well.
Yeah.
And you just think the sky's the limit. I mean, as far as just how he handled himself against a big team like that, put the ball in the money. I mean, the one to Max Clare on the sideline, even though maybe he missed JJ going down, the seam.
Oh,
he did, and he was expecting that safety to stay back, I'm sure. And, as a young quarterback, it happened to Arch. He had Caleb turn like he was going to go to cover 2.
Yeah.
So I'm reading left. I'm reading the left side because he's there. But nope. These games will get these young quarterbacks because they're playing. Everybody's playing games, and so I'm sure Julian's like, all right, I got the safety. They're definitely going to cover, double cover Jeremiah.
They're not.
Exactly right. So he's thinking, all right, I'm going to take that off the board. He turns his back. The safety comes down. He's still good. He knows he has his tight end coming across, and he puts the ball right on the sideline. And we expect him to make that play, right?
The two guys who you would say are probably the most accomplished receivers, with Max Clare and JJ both had critical
to
drops
start the game.
To start the game, and
the Clare one is Julian Saint's first pass of the season.
Yes,
on a 4th and 1. I mean, it was a heck of a ball. But
Ryan Day actually talked about that particular play, Jay-Z, earlier, and echoed exactly what you're talking about. That Julian Saint came to the sideline, they were having conversation, and in real time,
damn ball.
Yeah, it's Jeremiah's right there, and he said, well, Julian explained that he thought the safety was going in the middle of the field.
That's 100% what happened.
You're going to see that's where the coverage was going to be.
Julian didn't think on 4th and 1 that was going to be the first time they covered him man up.
I've already dropped a couple. I'm going off of you.
I'm done with this guy. He can't catch the ball.
But I think that was what gave Ryan Day and maybe more Brian Hartline and Billy Fessler.
I saw it. That's why. Yeah.
Well, that's what Ryan talked about. The things he came off and told us he was seeing is what was happening. So that's a really good feeling when you have your quarterback basically telling you, this is why I did this. This is what happened. And all right, I totally understand that. That's a huge step for just their relationship as trusting him to go out and go through his reads.
And they clearly do. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard Ryan Day describe a quarterback performance and then the coaching around it the way he did on Saturday. It was like, immediately we could have given him more. Like, okay, I mean that's accountability.
Yeah, and you're teaching on that play is all right. Yeah, you turn your back, you do your fake. Maybe you just give a quick look to make sure that safety's still up there. You know, like you don't give up on it right away. You just take a quick peek and then you come down to your tight end. But, you know, there's coaching all throughout this game that they're going to be able to do, and it's better to do it on a win.
Yeah, that's the preference. I think that's the better way to do it.
You know what else was awesome? Was old boy on the McAfee show banging that kick.
He looked like a deer in headlights when he said, "You ever kicked a ball before?" Yeah.
You lied to me.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna up this up to 250 now.
Dude, it was amazing, and he went there and stroked that thing right down the middle. And I love seeing, for the Buckeyes and that changing that kid's life.
Yeah.
250K, smoked that,
stuffed in some dog poop on a celebration,
getting him his big Happy Gilmore check out there. Pat's signing it as if you can go to a bank.
Cash this, please.
It was so
he wrote
amazing.
a 2. The marker was terrible.
Just got some mobile
I
deposit.
swear this is 250. It's not just 50.
Can't get that to fit in the screen there. But I mean, you mentioned this as well, Bobby. Everything around the horseshoe for a noon game, the noise, the engagement of the fan base, being loud on 3rd and 4th down. Like Saturday was really awesome.
Even the stuff they did for Lee, like going down
That
beforehand.
was super cool. Yeah.
You saw in the background written in the south stands, and then the band going down there. Like that, everything landed, and it helped because of the win, and that obviously is the biggest piece of it. But all of those other things, like when they go well, like it's just a lot of nice frosting. Yeah. The icing is all there. By the way, who even wants to eat the cake? Just eat the frosting anyway.
That's where all the flavor is.
Flavor and pump those A1Cs, dude. Like, let's go.
I don't know that I loved the post first quarter song.
Yeah.
Oh, is that new one?
Yeah, I don't know that.
I liked it better than I thought I was going to be honest.
I don't know that it worked for me.
Is it dueling banjos?
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's one of those things with the fans who are in attendance. Once they start to realize that that's what's going to happen, it will be more involved. I said last week.
The song's a bummer.
Maybe. I said last week that the song made me want to eat a Winchester. That's probably not like the fairest.
I think you got to stop saying that.
I'm just
People
saying,
are going to start getting worried.
I'm just saying, like I actually liked it better on the field than I thought I would have. So I'm encouraged by it. I think that as it happens more often, people will understand it's coming, and then they'll sing along. I liked that they had the lyrics.
Hey, Ross, here's what Brian is saying.
Adam sung by Blink-182.
I like that
that on there instead.
They had the lyrics on the ribbon scoreboards. They had the nostalgia.
Hey, they're trying. They're working at it.
It was good. The only complaint I have at all about Saturday was that I couldn't hear the officials. Or
it was so loud?
No, because that mic was just turned down way too low.
Who cares about that mic? We're listening to everybody else.
That's why they didn't throw any flags in the game.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's why Ohio State didn't know until halftime that the opening kickoff of the game got moved back to the 25-yard line because they were like, they didn't realize that Texas got called for faking a fair catch.
Oh, really?
That did happen.
Kickoff.
Yeah, that did happen.
Because you couldn't hear things. So, I think that was just a.
Was it? You were on the field.
Yeah.
Was it loud down there?
It was very, very loud.
Okay.
But a lot of the loud was just because they had these giant ass speakers that were
People
let's go, baby.
What was one of the complaints? Speakers suck. Okay.
These speakers did not suck.
I was Speaker City.
Yeah, Speaker City.
It was very loud. It was
Snoop-a-loop.
The crowd deserves a ton of credit for being involved and engaged the entire game. And I wrote about it on Sunday, but Ross Bjork deserves a lot of credit.
He does.
He put himself out there. The towels were a great
People
touch.
loved him. Everyone's spraying the towel.
I think that
You got to bring those back with you, right?
as you get
Yeah. Well,
I told my
unless you
kids,
wanna-
don't lose those.
unless you want to get charged for the next one.
Set that down. Give me $50.
Yeah, so overall, it was really, really electric. And I said it on Snap Judgments earlier when we left the Woody, or maybe I said it on tomorrow morning's The Beat. But
Don't give away
I don't know.
everything.
Point is, it doesn't matter that you're playing Gramling this weekend. The stadium can be that way for a quarter against Gramling. So go out, and if you're an Ohio State fan and you're suffering from a personal hangover from the Texas game, grow up, grow a pair, get out there and get loud for a quarter and celebrate the team that's number one in the country again.
Come on, Peter Pan.
55 first place votes in the
Count
AP poll.
Is that what they got?
America knows Ohio State is back.
Let's go.
Were they ever gone?
55 first place votes is a lot. That's pretty close to unanimous.
It made me feel really good because when Paul Feinbaum said the talent isn't, Texas is more talented, and frankly, I don't think it's even that
It's
close.
going to be close, yeah.
I watched two really good defenses out there play, two offenses that I think both coaches were like, just pick our spots. We're not going to try to screw this up.
Why we very rarely talk about other teams on this show and our show?
Because if we play well, it doesn't matter.
Because we don't know enough about those teams to talk about them.
Yeah.
And Paul Feinbaum doesn't know enough about Ohio State to say that Texas has a decided talent advantage. That is complete insanity.
Well, my thing is, if you say that, you better be like, hey,
here's why.
Here's their average. I'm going to go Birm.
Let's go
give me their recruiting rankings.
Let me get actually Ohio State's first in the blue chip ratio.
Well,
okay.
And then, or be like, hey, this is their 22 starters projected draft grade. Just
something.
My English teacher used to say, you can't just make a statement and then that be it. DFR, details, facts, and reasons. You've got to be able to back it up with something of substance.
But that's a guy that had no idea someone like Arvell Reese existed.
Yeah. Because he wasn't a highly recruited guy, and he's just made himself into a player.
Everybody it's been around the team for the last 8 months is going, oh my gosh,
that,
wait till you see Arvell Reese. Wait till you see Arvell Reese. And it took about, 3 seconds for him to make a play on Saturday? And you're like, okay, wait till you see more of that guy. Because he's a freak.
He's incredible. 8 feet tall and bulletproof. On the field, aside from Birm's challenge to Buckeye Nation to show back up to the horseshoe on Saturday, what would you like to see, Bob? Because I think what we're going to see is a lot more people playing for Ohio State.
I mean, like the Riley Pettijohns, getting him out there some more. You start looking at the secondary, getting some more of the young guys out there who maybe didn't play quite as much, maybe working through that defensive line, trying to figure out, hey, Will Smith, let's get in there. You guys are getting a lot of reps. I mean, Caden Curry played 62 snaps. Some of them at 3
Carter was playing a little bit, the freshman, right?
Yeah.
He got in there for 3 snaps. Yeah.
You know, like, and so
those guys.
Let's grow you a little more. And then I think what people want to see is, all right, let's see some more of the Carnell Tate plays.
Yeah.
I
think they're going to
give me some more of the
open things up a little bit, take some more shots. If something bad happens, we're probably going to be okay.
In all fairness, because Julian will probably have 4.5 seconds back there to make a
so
coffee,
it should be
hang
really
out,
nice.
Push the ball down the field, and just I think people want to see it to be clean. And honestly, and it's going to be really tough with this. The run game wasn't great. It was good. I always say win the rushing battle. To me, is running when you need to. Like maybe that's yards per play. Maybe that's total yards. Maybe it's just on 4th and 1 on the goal line. You score and they don't. That to me is winning the rushing battle. And so you've got to find a way. And I don't think it was as good. Some of the time, a little bit of line. I got to go back and watch it. I haven't got as good a feel for that yet, whether there were holes that they were missing.
I think there were a few that were.
I feel like there were some creases that they could have got to, but early in these games, I'm getting downhill because they don't want to, they don't want. Well, who are you bouncing it for? Like, but if they had a little more patience, I think there's a couple times they could have got not bouncing it all the way out, but just getting over to the tackle.
I think it was cutback lanes that were there. James Peoples.
I think there was some
of that came to mind for me.
But there seemed to be a big difference between C.J. Donaldson in the game and James Peoples in the game. And I think that was just what you're saying, like vision for a guy that may be pressing a little bit versus a veteran that has run for 2,000 yards in college football. I thought
and just bigger body, harder to bring down.
A little bit more patient, a guy that was letting things unfold before he made his cut. Where James, I think, was just a little.
I mean, there's one double team that I'm sure everybody's seen. It's like the Will Kazmarek deal. I mean, Luke Montgomery and Carson Hinsman, they call him, put him on skates. Dude. He's running them. And then the best part is the very end of it, Luke comes off and the safety's coming down and boom, and hits the safety and knocks him to his back. Like, so you're doing that once. I'm feeling like there were probably some
other times,
that were in there. And Texas is good up front, but.
I imagine those holes are going to be a little bit bigger this week. So. That shouldn't be an issue. We should probably be able to pick up 5-6 yards anytime we want.
Yep. What else do you want to see, Jay-Z?
I want to see him air it out. I mean, I want to see them put some more on Julian and just see how that goes. In a game like this, do you go into it saying we're going to let the starters play until because you got to get some reps. You still got a lot of young guys. How long do they play them on
Julian
Saturday?
has to play. Like
but you also. You want to get Lincoln some time in there because you're probably going to need him at some point in time this year. And, just how long does that look? What's that look like? It's going to be interesting to see how they go about that. But I think they will. This is maybe a week where they come out and say, all right, we're going to go 4 deep balls right away. Julian, pick one. Let's see what you got. Start the game off with a bang.
I would like to see Ohio State score on its first drive, be up 7-0, get a 3 and out. And then I don't want to see Sonny Styles the rest of the day. I don't want to see Caleb Downs the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Kenyatta Jackson play at all if there's any lingering effects from
I don't, based upon how they handled Donovan Jackson last year, I don't think they will be playing.
Because I want C.J. Hicks in there and seeing what he can do on a full-time basis. So Julian's saying he needs to play the first half.
I say first half, and then you probably set him.
And then you let Lincoln and play the third and Tavian play the fourth and just hand it off. Like, I'm fine with that. You got to get a lot of these guys opportunities to be out there. And best way you do that is by not messing around on your first drive on offense. Go out there, be clean, score quick, get them off the field, and then let Gramling State realize that they do not belong there. Move on.
We are one day closer to that game than we normally would be as we're hanging out at Roosters for the live show, because it is Appetizer Threes Day. Mini corn dogs are $3 if you want to come hang out here. Ohio State plays Gramling State on Saturday at 3:30. We'll be back in here on our normal Monday next week to break all that down and so much more. Thank you to Tansky Powersports for their sponsorship of the live show. Thank you to Nicole Cox for having us in here. Thanks to Justin Zwick, Bobby Carpenter, and Jeremy Birmingham for their insights. I am Austin Ward. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week.